I exposed a fake motorcycle parts scam that people are falling for online. I'm going to show you exactly how people are falling for these scams online and how that not only hurts your bike, your safety, but also the motorcycle industry in general. Today, fake products are everywhere. They make up 5% of all goods that are imported to the EU. In the UK alone, we lose over £4 billion in tax money that should be going to services like the NHS. Real brands themselves lose over £8 billion and over 60,000 jobs a year are being lost from these fraudulent companies. Fake products are a big problem, but what happens when you do mistakenly buy a fake product? Today, we're going to look at the dark underworld of the fake goods market and the dangers that that brings. Whilst the fake Gucci bag might save you money, it's a different story entirely when it comes to motorcycle parts. These fakes are not only dangerous, but they're also hurting real businesses and jobs. Now, I've bought these fake products here online from China, and I've also got the genuine version here in the box next to it. Now, the scammers even claim that these parts are made in the UK, when they're clearly not, but they look like a much better deal for the price that they were selling them at. Now, these online sites sell everything from gloves, helmets, leathers, back protectors, motorcycle parts, but the problem is, when the fake goods market meets the motorcycle industry, there's some clear differences. If you're buying a fake Louis Vuitton handbag, obviously in the distance it may look the same, but when you get it up close, the quality of the materials isn't quite right and you may find that it falls to bits. Which when you're buying a handbag isn't the end of the world. You've bought one for a third of the price or a tenth of the price and you've saved yourself some money, and to the onlooker, they can't tell the difference. The problem with the motorcycle industry is if you're buying a helmet, gloves, back protector, leathers, engine protection, these parts are built to such a high standard and to such high quality for a reason. They're there for your safety, your protection, or to make your motorcycle run better. And that's why these worlds don't mix that well. Genuine product companies like GB Racing spend years testing and developing their products with MotoGP teams, World Superbike teams, British Superbike teams to create something that is so bespoke and so high quality that they can then pass this technology and information on to the consumer at home. When a foreign company comes in and steals their idea and makes something that looks the same but uses material and information and technology that is nowhere near the level of the products that we've grown to know and love, problems arise. I've got some GB Racing engine covers in here that are fake, and I'm going to compare them side by side with the real ones in this box. But before I tackle the cheap and nasty fake products at home with my power tools, I thought I'd head to GB Racing to see exactly how they design and engineer the real thing.
Who are you, Tim, firstly?
Tim Banks, GB Racing. Yes, we're at the GB Racing factory. It's quite a natural day in the office. When we have an idea for a product, next one to be tooled is the F900s, for example. We'll get out, we'll scan the bike, and then our designers, Ben, Charlotte or Tim, come up with a design and we'll 3D print it, so stereo it all, and check that it all fits around the cover, around the fairing, all things like that. Once we're happy with that, we'll then go downstairs to tooling.
And then we'll take that scanned image and then Ben will design a product that goes around it. But it's not a conventional shape, because we know from experience where to put extra thickness of material.
I see.
So we can't make a product, or we shouldn't make a product that obviously touches the ground.
Yeah.
Because then that obviously, being the engine side, will cause the front to lose its grip, get lighter, lose its grip, and then cause the crash.
So we actually moved into this new factory a couple of years ago, and the sole purpose was to fit this machine in, upgrade our machining, gone into 5-axis machining, which has just meant that we can firstly be a lot quicker to keep up with the demand on tooling and be more accurate. This, for example, has a 0.2 cutter that it goes down to, so we can really get very detailed on our designs. The accuracy of this is 8 microns. All of our engine covers since 2020 have come from this machine. So yeah, that's the real tough work, is getting the tooling, getting it on this stage. It's all the design work, the programming that's gone into getting it to this stage, and then it's the machining, and then we'll show you after the spark eroding and tool building. Yeah, so we've got Min, so Min's checking in every single product that comes off the injection moulding machine. We've got to be sure that the density is correct, so we do that by checking that they're all up to weight, and just give it a once over surface finish, edges, all that kind of stuff. here is one that was prepared earlier, and I believe you're going to take this to...
Special delivery in my suitcase to my brother.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice. Over
Thank
to
you
you.
very much.
Now, these fake products are often made in places like China, where quality control and safety standards are not the same as they are in the UK. This means that sometimes bad and even dangerous materials can be used inside these products. It's even been known for people to be purchasing brake pads that have been made from compressed grass. That's right, grass. Now, understandably, the UK struggles to compete on price with these fake and dangerous materials that are being used. Me testing these products is going to show you the dangers that poses to you and your bike, but it's also important to understand how that's really affecting our local industry and jobs. So it's time to see how these fake products hold up in real world conditions. And if you're enjoying this video, make sure you subscribe now so you don't miss another one. So in this box, I've got the fake one, in this one, I've got the real one. And immediately, although at first glance you would think this one could be a genuine GB Racing cover, you'll start to see the differences straight away. These are the instructions that come with the fake one. They've got GB Racing logos on, a BMW logo on, and you'd be forgiven for thinking that these were genuine instructions from GB Racing. But on closer inspection, you can see here their installation diagram that has good quality English on it. Note, to avoid abrasion and scratch, assemble spacers on reverse bolts as shown. And it's also got a photo of a non-genuine GB Racing cover on. You can see there's no GB Racing logos on any of these. These are the fake covers, just in a generic plastic bag, compared to the GB Racing covers that come in genuine GB Racing packaging. On the back, there's nothing on these, whereas on the back of these, you can see here it's been checked by someone in the GB Racing factory, and it's also been weighed to meet their standard. When we take a closer look, this also has a fake carbon fibre pattern on it. The GB Racing covers don't, and that's throughout all of these covers that are inside here. Now this is where we start to feel a little bit of a difference. I'll weigh these in a second so you can get the exact weight, but this one, even just holding them in my hands, I can tell feels a lot heavier. It feels like there's a lot more material at the bottom of this, and this is exactly where your engine is going to take the most amount of abrasion when it's sliding along the floor, whereas this one, I can feel here, it doesn't feel as heavy at the bottom. The GB Racing logo, in fairness, looks quite similar on both of them. The smaller writing at the bottom, they've obviously had a harder time shaping that, as it's not quite the same shape. And you can also see here, there's little holes in the material where they've not injected it properly into the machine. Interestingly, this one doesn't actually say made in the UK on it. On the inside of the GB Racing cover here, you can see made in the UK. On the website that I went to, there's actually a lot that say made in the UK when clearly they're not, they're just copied and made in China. You have to give it to them, they are incredibly good at doing this. I'm sure many of you have seen a Rolex watch or the intricacy that they can go to copy parts, but where a Rolex watch just needs to look the same, they can do that quite easily and make this look very similar to the untrained eye, but when this is sliding down the road, it's going to tell a completely different story. Now, another interesting point to note about a GB Racing cover is that they have these holes here. Now, I wasn't actually sure what these were for. I thought it was to save weight within the cover.
Yes, the reverse wear indicators, they clearly didn't understand what they were for, because they actually had the holes coming all the way through the product. So even if this got onto a bike as a Chinese product, scrutineering would throw it out because they've got holes on it and they haven't even used it.
Quite simply, if I'm to test this in front of you guys here and I bend this with my bare hands, you can see how much that's flexing. Whereas with a GB Racing cover, it's almost impossible to bend that. It's so this way, I literally cannot bend it. Now, the difficult part is testing these products in a real world situation for a few reasons. One, I don't want to have a motorbike crash myself. Two, if I was to crash the motorbike with both of these products, I'm pretty sure my engine's going to be safe with these ones and not with these ones. And thirdly, I'm no scientist, so all I have access to is tools around my garage. Now, the test I am going to do is I'm going to bolt these things to pieces of wood, and then I'm going to get a drill bit and see how quickly I can drill through each of these products. I guess first I can weigh them both and tell you the difference in weights between these products, and then secondly I'll do the real world test for you. Okay, so first up I'm going to weigh them. This is the fake part, 169 grams versus the genuine one, 213 grams. Clearly they're lighter and flimsier than the genuine GB racing covers, but the next test I'm going to do is to get the drill from next door and drill through these covers to see exactly what they're made of. Now I've come through to the Mackenzie testing facility where I've got a lot of screws, and I'm going to screw these covers into this wood and then get my drill and try to drill through them to see if we can see a difference. Now I'm fully aware for people in the comments that this isn't a scientific test, but I am not a scientist and I have no other way of presenting this to you other than doing this. But hopefully you'll enjoy the test nonetheless. Okay, so for my testing procedure, I have a drill. And I've got an electric drill, so hopefully the power should remain the same the entire time. I'll keep my finger on the trigger the same amount each time. The only thing I can't do exactly is put the same amount of pressure, but I'm going to do my best to put the same amount of pressure through the drill. I'm going to drill through these two covers because I actually already broke this one with my hands before, but I'm going to drill through the same point on both covers. First time I've actually done any health and safety on this channel. Okay, I actually can't see with these on. Oh my God. I just realised these are my dad's and they must have prescription in them so you can see. I can't see with them on. Who knew? First test. I'm going to go in the middle of the GB Racing logo, just below it in both of them, and we shall see. Okay, I've got that much pressure. I actually can't see with these things on. Here, will do. Oh my God. Straight through. Let's go. Middle of the logo, about there. Well, you can see the difference in that one test alone. I'm actually quite proud of that test there. That worked far better than I thought it was going to do. Now, as you can see, these fake products are not going to protect your motorcycle in the same way. And it's not just about how they work, it's the real companies behind these products that are losing out too. Not only does buying fake products risk your own safety and the safety of your motorcycle and investments, it also runs a risk of damaging the UK industry and all the jobs that it provides for everyone. Now I understand for everyone at home that saving a few quid at the moment is the most important thing that everyone wants to do. But the reality is, by saving a few quid initially, you're going to cost yourself more in the long run anyway. And if you're going to be buying safety equipment, you're buying it for a reason, so it's important to buy quality stuff to not only protect you, but your investments as well. If you're interested in finding out more about protecting your own investments and track day riding, make sure you download my ebook in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.